Good afternoon and welcome to the first meeting of the 26-27 Rotary year. I'm Jennifer Ruane. We'll have John up for inspirational message.
Thank you, Jennifer. What did we happen to celebrate on Saturday? The 250. When Bob asked me to share an inspirational thought, I thought, let's kind of focus a little bit on our nation and upon looking back at history. So I found this and I thought it would be very appropriate to share with us. It is called A Prayer for America. And it was offered to the United States Senate 79 years ago by the then chaplain of the Senate, Reverend Peter Marshall. And it was delivered the day before the 4th of July. So on July 3rd, 1947. God of our fathers, whose almighty hand hath preserved our nation, grant that our people may understand what it is they celebrate tomorrow. May they remember how bitterly our freedom was won, the down payment that was made for us, the installments that have made since this republic was born, and the price that must yet be paid for our liberty. May freedom be seen not as the right to do as we please, but as the opportunity to please to do what is right. May it ever be understood that our liberty is under God and can be found nowhere else. May our faith be something that is not merely stamped upon our coins, but expressed in our lives. Let us as a nation not be afraid of standing alone for the rights of men, since we were born that way and as the only nation on earth that came into being for the glory of God and the advancement of the Christian faith. We know that we shall be true to the pilgrim dream when we are true to the God they worshiped. To the extent that America honors thee, wilt thou bless America and keep her true as thou hast made her free and made her good. Amen.
Jeff Brown. Jeff Brown, you're going to do the four-way test and the pledge?
Pledge to our flag and the country. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic which stands, nation under God, indivisible. Now the four-way test of the things we think, say, or do. First, second, third, fourth,
Next up is Norris. Let's welcome him as we welcome our guests.
Hey, a little louder. Pick it up, on pick it up. Yes. We have a couple of guests today. First, we have Molly Patton. Please stand, please. Molly is going to be a new member. She's been approved already. She's been through orientation today, so she will shortly be inducted. So welcome. See you inducted soon. We also have another guest from the Franklin Breakfast Club, another Rotarian, Denise Carruthers. Welcome to our guest.
Hey, welcome. Asan, let's do Happy Bucks. You're gonna, do we have the bucket out? Oh, that's right. Basket. Boy, guys, this week has not been without hiccups. Do we agree? I was glad when Bourne got home to help me.
Okay, I'll put some bucks in here. I just was listening on the way here to a podcast, and somebody from Cuba was on the other side of the podcast for the interview. The situation the person described the country is just immediately you want to reflect on the blessings we have here. So every day we should be very thankful that we are in this great country, and just watch out for our neighbors. Thank you. Thank you.
I didn't realize that I was going to get up today. I did know that we have a very special film that Linus is setting up. As you guys know, and many of you have sent great notes back to me. My dad was actually on TV on July 4th, and more than that, he got the chance to meet the president and Melania, and actually the president exchanged a challenge coin with him. Now, I will tell you that the challenge coin that Trump has is not your regular size. It's 4 inches. So it's and it's got fluted outside. I mean, it's beautiful. And if anybody wants to see what that looks like, I've got it on my phone. But it was an amazing evening. I mean, it had speaking of hiccups, it had definitely some hiccups because of the weather. But I want everybody to know that when you stand there and you look out at the audience and you look at the veterans that were on stage, patriotism is not dead in the United States, folks. I guarantee you there are patriots. We just don't hear them as often, but quiet patriotism is probably the strongest. So Linus has a clip of Dad with President
Schubring was 19 years old when he survived the Japanese attack on Pearl Harbor. After enemy planes sank ships like the USS Arizona, he resolved that he would help America strike back and win. He wanted them to strike back and win. Flying B-29s in the Pacific, 10 fought from the first day to the very last. He was in the war right from the first day, and he went to the last day and all the way to the enemy's unconditional surrender. We got an unconditional surrender. He was there. At 104 years old and looking really good, Captain Schubring is here tonight, and he is saluting the flag that went down with the Arizona at Pearl Harbor. It was raised back up with the help of some unbelievable American patriots. It's a symbol of American defiance. Please.
Who's also Tim Schubring Jr. was the escort for the evening. He has been Rotary for 38 years. Rotary food.
About 5 years ago, Steve Huff here was commenting about his mother's 95th birthday. And I made the comment, well, if she makes it to 100, I'll donate $100 in her name to the Rotary Club. So she celebrated that birthday this past week, I believe. So I'm putting a check in so Alan can't accidentally make change, okay?
I got a couple things to throw in. My brother's coming over from Maryville tomorrow. He's going to put my bass boat that I bought from him out on the lake sea trails. First time it's going to get wet since I bought it in October. Second, it's my grandson who's up in Chicago. He's talking to his other 8-year-old cousin, Frank, of what a great fisherman he was. The kid's caught all 60 bluegills, but he's got the bug. And lastly, Marley turned 76.
Couple of things. I just want to say I'm thankful I live in Brentwood. We had an amazing 4th of July event at Crockett Park. Thank you. And if anyone has any comments or concerns they'd like to share with me concerning some small hospital sale that's going on, I'd be happy to hear you out.
That small hospital that sold just took care of my mom for the last several days. She had a knee replacement and had an allergic reaction that completely shut her kidneys down. And we were like ready to like be tested for donating our own kidneys because it was that bad. My mom has never had a kidney issue in her life. And as soon as they found out what she was allergic to and took her off, she has been made significant improvement and just got home today after 9 days in the hospital.
So one of our members asked me a couple of days ago, I ran into him and he said, "What's happened with our bowling team? I hadn't heard a thing about it." I said, "Well, you're right. We've been bowling 7 weeks and we've never said a word about our bowling team, the Rotary Rollers. Rotary Rollers. There you go." So I just thought I'd bring you up to speed on what happened last night. We bowled on Thursday night, and I'll do this every week at Happy Bucks because it's so dang exciting. So last night, our higher game in our group was from Tim Ruan. There you are. Jennifer's husband. He bowled a 157, and then he had the high game set for the night at 385. So that was our highlight of last night. And there are 18 teams in our league. We're on the Thursday night mixed league. And right now, we're in 17th place. Thank you.
Okay, I'm putting in a little bit extra because I have some really big news in my family to share over the, Stephanie, were you going to say something? Oh, okay, I'm sorry. Anyway, over the long week ending with July 4th, our family was very, very busy. Everybody probably knows about the Little League World Series, 12U teams competing for the right to be the World Series champion. Those are rec teams. My 12U grandson is a travel player at the elite major level. There's never been an actual organized national championship for travel teams. Sure, there's teams almost every weekend all over the country playing in various types of huge championships, but never an actual national championship. Well, the Ripken organization noticed that this is lacking, saw an opportunity, decided to put together a journey towards reaching the national championship. They set up regional qualifiers all over the country, from Washington State to California, New Jersey, Florida, Tennessee, Texas, Iowa, India, all over. My grandson's team, funny name, my grandson's team, the Twitty City Athletics, won the regional qualifier in Pigeon Forge a few weeks back. So they got to go to the Ripken National Championship, first ever, in Cooperstown, New York. Now, Eli's team, again, Twitty City Athletics, Eli's team is coached by Zach Duke. Zach was a pitcher in the major league for 15 years, for 9 teams. Pretty incredible. He may hold a record. I'm not sure. Their record, when I say they're elite, their record at the major level is 70 wins, 5 losses, no ties. They're good. So they go to this tournament, and at the tournament, all the teams that have qualified through the regionals, and they're teams that are ranked in the top 10, ranked 10, like ranked, I don't know, 12, whatever. Really, really good teams. Well, Eli's team won, first of all, the skills competition for the most, there's only 3 skills competitions. They won the one for the most double plays in the shortest amount of time, won that. So we thought, okay, if that's all that they do, that's so good. That's so good. And we would have been kind of happy. But then they go through the Sweet 16, won their game. They go to the quarterfinals, won their game. quarterfinals was broadcast on CBS Sports. There's a big deal. Then they go to the semifinals playing the number 4 ranked team nationally, and they won on CBS Sports. And then they go to the national championships. And of course, I wouldn't be telling this story if they didn't win, but they won. They won on CBS Sports. So cool. The first ever national championship for 12U for travel teams, Ripken National Championships in Cooperstown, New York. And I have to tell you that Linus is going to play a really cool, very short video of them winning the championship.
Happy 4th of July and welcome to one of the greatest baseball backdrops in the country, Cooperstown All-Star Village, where tonight we will crown a Ripken Nationals champion. It's Twitty City taking on Elite RBI Nationals.
I see red on white pants and I see some blue over there. We got red, white, and blue the way you just painted it. I tell you what, we have 2 quality 12-year-old teams playing for this team.
And we're ready to play baseball. An absolutely beautiful evening at Cooperstown All-Star Village in upstate New York.
Working the pitch. Took it. Broke him out. And 26 wins the Ripken Nationals. What a victory for Twitty City as they win the first ever Ripken National Championship. Coach, if we can get you over here with Twitty City, you guys have a trophy that feels amazing. These kids are so special. They have no quit in them, and they just play for each other. It's amazing.
Well, Bill Ripken would like to present you and the team with this national title trophy.
And my son let me borrow his.
Happy 4th of July and welcome to one of the greatest baseball backdrops in the country, Cooperstown All-Star Village, where tonight we will crown a
Grandma.
Thank you, Donna. Thank you. I just want to say she added $10, so that's why she got it. And that's a message for anybody who wants to speak more than 10 seconds, need to make sure. Anybody else? Oh, good.
So today's off to a good start with Happy Bucks. Thank you for everyone who donated. We need to be real happy over the next 3 weeks. I'm trying to have one of these retractable banners made for the front so that when we come in, there's a welcome banner and guests know that they're here. So our first few Happy Bucks until we raise enough to pay for that. That's where the money's going to go for the first 3 or 4 weeks. And Hassan is cutting us a really good deal on it that I'm 100% sure he knows nothing about. 100% sure of that. Yeah. So first, I want to take a moment. Our immediate past president was not able to attend the installation banquet. She was off gallivanting in Europe with her family and whatnot, graduating a daughter from college, all those unimportant things, and missed the installation. But she's here today with us. And I just wanted to take a minute in this room to let Jennifer know how grateful we are for everything she did last year. Yes. What I said at the installation banquet is that we are so grateful for all the work that we see, and we know that there's so much work that we didn't see, and we do look forward to continuing to move the club forward with the momentum you started. So as a club, we want to say thank you, and we have a little gift of gratitude for you. So I see we have two special guests standing in the back of the room as well. You guys are, I know, you guys are always welcome. These are the beautiful ladies that welcome us every day behind the 54 desk up front. You guys are always welcome to join us. Please come anytime. Thank you. Larry, you want to come and talk about the golf tournament? You're going to bring your banana pudding with you? No. Okay. You don't? There you go.
Okay, I want to talk about these people in the very back. They're the, can you hear me? Can you hear me? No, I just want to say, you two guys are wonderful and I enjoy working with you. They've done anything you need that I've ever needed in my job here with what I do with the setup. And they're there. Mac, they're just great folks, super cooperative. And thank you so much for all you do for us. I appreciate it. I told them I didn't want to say anything about golf because in the last 2 weeks, guys, we have done this much in golf. No sales. No sales. So we're going to start next week. You're going to see some neat slides next week that Linus and I are going to put together with some stats and things. We've got plenty of time, but we've also getting close. So we're about 63% of where we need to be on our goal. So I'll talk about it next week in detail. This week's for fun. Okay. Thank y'all again.
All right, Laura, you have two presentations for us today?
All right, I do not have a timer. I will not be cracking the whip this week, but I do we do have two more community grant checks that I want to present. And the reason that the two ladies are standing in the back, Liz, come on up and I'll issue your check. John Kraft nominated the 54 Martin Center for one of our community grants, and the BRCCF has awarded it. I'm going to let Liz tell us just a little bit about what happens here in the building outside of our 1 hour here each week.
Thank you. As you can see, I am not Lindsay Williams. My name is Liz, and I'm the director of the 50 Forward Martin Center. I've been with 50 Forward for 5 years, and I can say that we do a lot of different things within this building. We have renters such as yourselves, wonderful folks who use the facility for meetings and lunches, different things like that. But outside of that, we are an active aging or a lifelong learning center. We're not a senior center. The term senior has changed over the years, and we like to say we are active agers. Also housed within this building is our adult day service. For those of you who don't know what that is a program for folks who may be experiencing some cognitive decline. These folks have dementia and their loved ones drop them off here for the day and we take care of them. We do a breakfast, lunch, and a snack and a full day of activities to stimulate the brain and encourage engagement and socialization, which is critical for folks with dementia. We also, a lot of people don't know, we have a team of social workers on staff ready to help any older adult in Middle Tennessee, whether they belong to 50 Forward or not, with any kind of problem. Example, our team member Shelby got a phone call from somebody in Williamson County who suffered quite a loss with the ice storm. Not only did his house sustain some damage, his bill ended up being over $500. Yeah, I made that face too. Shelby was able to completely get that bill waived so that he could afford the repairs to his home. It's things like that that make it's behind the scenes differences that nobody even thinks about. We do bingo and we do day trips and we go to wineries and mahjong, all that fun stuff, but there is so much more to this organization. And in fact, we are celebrating our 70th year. So I would like to thank John. Where are you? There you are, right in front of me. How you doing? I'd like to thank you for nominating us, and I appreciate everything that you do for 50 Forward. And we look forward to continuing to make such a difference and support, champion, enhance the lives of those 50 and older. Thank you.
Thank you, the chapter. We got a picture of you. Okay. All right. Thank you, Liz. All right. And next we have Denise Carruthers. Denise represents the Boys and Girls Club of Middle Tennessee, and Curry Andrews nominated them for a community grant. Come on up here, Denise, and I'll let you tell us what you plan to use this grant for. And she has shoulder tapped Larry to take a picture with her in a minute. So.
Thank you, fellow Rotarians. We greatly appreciate this gift. I'm the Chief Development Officer for the Boys and Girls Clubs of Middle Tennessee. We serve primarily youth ages 5 to 18 in after school and summer enrichment programs, and we try to make sure they're ready to read, ready for class, ready to graduate, ready for their careers, and ready to serve in their communities. And we here in Williamson County, we have a club here in Franklin, one in Fairview. And this money particularly is important because you probably heard on the news that the lunch programs, the summer feeding programs were cut. And so, and we had a partner that fed a lot of our kids in the summer breakfast, lunch, and snack. So this is going to help because those programs end at June 30th. So that will help us because we have 3 more weeks of summer, and that will help us make sure all these young people get fed while their parents are at work and entrust them with us during the day. Thank you.
Thank you to all of our Rotarians who nominated organizations. We want to continue to build relationships with community partners that we can continue to support financially, but also with our community service efforts and volunteerism. So keep them coming. And we look forward to, in just a few weeks, also doing our major grants program.
Thank you for that amazing introduction.
Identify yourself.
Yeah. My name is Linus Sudsius. I'm Linus Sudsius. Many of you know that I have the honor of being the president of the BRCCF this year. During the past 3 years, the BRCCF has committed more than $20,000 that you've donated, that you've raised to support a prosthesis project in Choluteca, Honduras. Club member Dick Bowers originally heard about this need and connected with local Rotarians in Honduras to discuss how we could help. Dick, thank you for bringing this project to our attention and for continuing to nurture the connection that allows us to continue to be a part of it. Over time, thanks to the efforts of local Rotarians and your financial support, as well as some additional financial support from our Rotary District, 50 people in Honduras who have lost 1 or more limbs have been helped. You can see from the picture summary behind me that lives have been changed. People who have been previously unable to work are now able to support their families. If you're looking for examples of how our club, our work, our financial commitments can help change lives, I can think of no better stories, no more effective stories than these. When Larry gets up in front of the room and reminds us about the golf tournament, he's not encouraging us to act because of his needs. When Jennifer Shepard will ask us to make a financial commitment to the BRCCF during the foundation drive in October, it's not for some esoteric reason. It's because money that goes to the BRCCF makes a difference. It makes a difference locally. You've seen that in prior programs, but it also has a huge positive impact in places like Choluteca. Now, you may know of a similar opportunity for us to work together to create a positive impact on other people who live far away. You may be wondering how to start the process of asking the BRCCF to provide financial help. Well, it starts with our club's International Projects Committee, headed up by Ted Ilanchilian. Ted and the committee members are in charge of evaluating international opportunities and selecting those that should be considered for BRCCF financial support. So if you're interested in being part of the process of deciding which international projects our club is going to support financially, you should take special interest when Ted comes up later to describe the work of his committee. Please volunteer if you feel called to be part of the process. On behalf of the BRCCF trustees, thank you for allowing us to be part of the process of service in Brentwood, in Choluteca, and in all the communities that we serve.
All right, thank you. I want to thank everybody for supporting my committee roundup today and coming out in the Western gear. I really appreciate it. It's a good way to kick off the year. I also wanted to take this time for everyone to meet the directors as we start the new year and as we've been setting goals. We're off to a running start. We actually had our first board meeting yesterday, and it was a pretty good one. I'm gonna start by saying that we do have a balanced budget. All is good. We will be taking a small dues increase this year. We'll be increasing dues $5 a month, so it's nothing dramatic, but that will take effect next week when the invoicing goes out. If you have any questions, please come later, ask me. You can talk to Matt. We have spent several hours going over this. As Matt's the new treasurer, there was a lot to review, a lot for Norris, Jennifer Shepherd, and I to really get our hands around, and this was the best way to handle it. So please reach out to any of us if you have any questions. We've not had a dues increase in 2.5 years. Drew did it during his term, so it's been three years. So it's time. Right. And we did have an RI dues increase, which is the majority of it as well. So that's in food, of course, over the last 3 years. So reach out if you have any questions. Modest increase. Okay. The first thing we're going to do today, we're going to use a little bit of our meeting today to learn about who uses the Ignite app. Does everyone, okay, so DACDB is our club's database, and Ignite is the app that goes with DACDB. Guys, everything you all want to do on Ignite is amazing. For example, let's all pull our phones out. Does everyone have the app? Does everyone have the app? So you log in just the same as if you were going to log into DACDB, because I know everybody logs in all the time, right? I run a report. I know who you are. So if you open the Ignite app, it looks like this. Does everybody have it? Everybody got it? So log in. Now you have 3 pages, either 2 or 3, depending on, of little choices there. So let's all practice here. Let's find one that says, I don't know, one on here. Susie, what does it say? Send a message or contact. Let's see. Let's do, I don't know. Let's just use one. What does it say? There you go. Okay. So everybody go to the little icon that says find members. And everybody type in Alan Treadway. And then let's click on Alan right here. So it should look like this once you get to it. Now I want everybody to hit the text button, and I want everybody in this room to send Alan a text. That's it. That's it. Where are you? We have lots of leftover food. Okay, everybody sit down and a text. All right. All right. Too bad he's not here, right? Wherever he is, he's probably like, what just happened? Yeah, no, I did not tell him ahead of time. Just to be clear. Yeah. Okay, so that's our little Ignite thing. Ignite really can do a lot. It tells you everything. You can contact each member, you can contact groups. You can look up your Rotary International Foundation donations. You can look up our calendar, our calendar link. So if you're wondering who the speaker is, you can do it right there on the app. So we're going to do little things with Ignite to get used to it this year, because this is really the way Rotary is going, for sure. And it's easy to use once you just use it. So, okay. Did everybody get Alan a text? Because that's important. Okay. Right. Yeah.
If anyone has no idea how to log.
Oh, turn it on.
If anybody has no idea how to log in, which, a couple of years ago, I had no idea. Get with either me or Susie or Norris, and we can get you your user ID and we'll reset your password.
Right. It's really easy. If you don't know your username or password, there are several of us that can reset it for you. You can call us, you can email us. It's an easy fix. The system will generate you an email to reset it, and it's very easy. So reach out to any of us and we're happy to help you. Okay, so why we're here today is the committee roundup. Here's the history of committees as I understand it. Sarah Johnson-Gier, that was 5 years ago, 6 years ago now. 6 years ago now. She did a committee, clear the slate, start all over. Per I think our policies and procedures, everyone's supposed to set and participate on 2 committees every year. Sometimes they're the same, sometimes they're not. Your choice. So she did that. That's been 6 years ago. Then there was COVID. I'll remember that. Since then, there's not been a ton of activity with committees across the board. So Jennifer Shepard, 4 years ago, as we're coming out of COVID, started restructuring the committees and trying to figure out how we put it back together after our, 8 months absence of meetings. Then some time passed. Jennifer Bourne and I started working on it, kind of hashing it out. That was 1.5 years, 2 years ago at PETS. We spent 3 hours in the car going over it. So all of this time, it's been an accumulation of what we came to today. We've really not changed the committees. We've just had all the directors look at their committees, how to structure them, set some goals. So what we're asking today, we're going to have an opportunity to meet our directors. I'm going to ask each director to talk a little bit about what their goals for the year, what their committees are. And we really want people to sign up for committees. If we all do, and let me back up and say, including past presidents, just because you're a PP doesn't let you bring so much value to the table. We're not saying we need everybody to do a lot of work. We need everybody to do a little bit. We need committees to meet. We need them to sit down together. My personal theory as to why committees kind of went to the wayside for a while is once our attendance policy was disbanded by International. A lot of us met on committees because it was a makeup. Let's be honest. We had to have our meetings. So we really want to get the committees back together again. We really want a meeting. We want to move everything a little bit forward. And if we all participate, it'll make it easier on everybody. So what we're going to do today, we're going to ask each director to come up, talk a little bit about their committees, and then when we're done, everybody's introduced themselves. We have sign-up sheets, and I just know when we're done, everybody's just going to rush to these sign-up sheets and get your name on 2 of these committees because this is going to be exciting. Everybody ready? We're going to start out with Norris, please.
What she said, ditto. As you know, the secretary's role is to be an officer of the club, but also to serve on the board. But one of the main responsibilities of the secretary is to work with the committee chair people. And that's to work with them to make sure they have the members on the committee they need, that they're meeting with their committees, they're making plans, setting goals, and achieving these goals.
Now, to do this, we need us to be serving on there, me included. They can't complete their jobs and their goals without us serving on those committees. And if you remember when we got into Rotary initially and you took orientation, you agreed to sign up for the committees. So what we're asking is today is that you could maybe sign up for 2 committees. And the neat thing about these committees, and I've served on almost every committee through the years, but it's like one example is what Laura does. We were community service. We were at the Brentwood Church on a Saturday morning with one gen handing out food. We handed out 300 grocery carts of food. There were lines of people, double lines, all the way around the entire church. And that day was such an experience. So serving on these committees is not just doing something for somebody else. It's such a rewarding thing for ourselves. So I would encourage you to, as these committee chair people come up, pay attention to what they're saying. Listen to each committee and see which one might grab you, one that you feel good about. Don't just get on a committee because you want to sign up for something. Try to get something that you enjoy or might enjoy doing. And I think it'll make you feel good too. So I encourage you after this is over. So listen to the chair people, select a committee, sign up today, and help us Rotary service above self. Thank you.
Next up is Drew, our VP of membership.
No music. I think membership's done great. We've continued to add folks. That cute guy wasn't available, CME. So I think our club has continued to grow, which is great. We're doing some good things. And we want to keep the momentum going. Under membership, there's kind of 2 things. There's membership, following up with members, existing members, visiting potential members, and then keeping up with existing staff. So Friends of Rotary follows up with our existing members, and then the membership committee kind of keeps up with people that come to the club in various ways. And so we'll continue to follow up with visitors and connect with folks in the community and continue to grow our club.
Jared, I think this is the directorship that has the most growth opportunity.
Heading up public relations, and really every one of you can help me with this. Anything that we all do, or individually or together, anytime you take a photo of Rotary and what we're doing, please send it to me, because I'm sharing it on LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook. Another great thing we could do is when you get here, check in to the Brentwood Rotary for lunch. I don't think anybody does that. On Facebook, correct. We have our own Facebook page. We have several out there, but there's only one true one. Just checking in for lunch would help support and show the community that we are together every Friday. That would help a lot. Anything you can do to, I know this Rotary Club has done a lot for the community, and it has for years. But we need to do a better job of getting it, letting it be known that what we do. No one knows. The more we can share on any social media, the better it will help all of us.
I think as well, Laura designed, I believe you put our website together 3 years ago, 4 years ago. We really need someone to manage the website. I don't know how to do it. I think 3 or 4 people in the room do. They're on different committees and different directorships. Now, we really need someone to manage the website. It still has the Create Hope in the World logo, which I think is from 4 years ago. There's pictures of people on our website that I don't know. So they're starting age. I hear it's not hard. It's just a matter of sitting down with Laura and learning how to plug and play things. So if you have any interest, we really need someone to manage that. I hear it's not that hard once you sit down and get it updated once, it'll be easy. So if anybody has a special skill or has any interest, we would really appreciate some help with the website. Laura.
Looks like Shania Twain. I do not look like Shania Twain. Although does my neck look like that? I don't know. Community service. The core of what we do, the heart of Rotary is to serve. So there are several areas underneath community service where you can find a spot. We have an environmental service area, which Banks has been doing a great job of kind of helping because of his expertise in his career, helping us make connections and helping us find ways to serve well as our partnership with the Harpeth Conservancy. And so our two main areas there are Owls Hill and the Little Harpeth River cleanup. That can expand. We want to continue to do things like that in the community. And we're looking for a little bit more accessible opportunities to serve at Owls Hill because it can be pretty strenuous. I still have a dent in my shin from the actions of the last time I served there. So then we've got the areas of food distribution, serving with GraceWorks and One Gen. Those are great partners where we have a block of time where we know exactly what our job is, and that is to pack food and give it away. It's an easy job. And then beyond that, there are lots of smaller areas of service where we can continue to grow. But our main partnership within the community is with Tennessee Baptist Children's Home. We have two main areas where we serve with them. One is the Christmas event, where it has shifted instead of giving gifts to the children, which they've asked, please don't flood us with gifts. They want to have an activity that they can do with us, a Christmas experience. So I need a committee, a team of people to help us plan what we're going to do at Christmas. And then we need an area to help us shop for back to school. So we have a date, August 7th is when we're going to be shopping for back to school with Tennessee Baptist, and it's right after this meeting. So if you're interested in doing that, we need to try to have a handful of adults who can shop around with kids and things like that. But the big committee area where we're growing this year is new service opportunities. We have all these community grants that were just given away, and all these organizations said, we'd love your help. So let's look at partnering with those organizations. Jim Villers graciously agreed to help me pull together some people and come up with new ideas of how we can have a broader opportunity of service. No matter what your physical ability, no matter what your age, no matter what your passions, we can find something to do. So thank you for being a club that serves, and let's just do more of it.
So next up on my list is Steve Tate. He's director in charge of vocational services. So he's primarily doing Interact if there's any Rotaract inclusion with your morning club and the lunch club in Franklin. He's out, I think he's biking around part of the Tour de France or something, I don't know. So we'll cut him some slack and welcome him next time. Bob Thompson also is not with us today. I can just say, we always, if you have any interest in helping out front, it takes 2 or 3 people to welcome everybody, get the guests in the door, make sure the scanner's set up. I'm hoping to start having greeters at the front door and every week. What I would love is a past president along with maybe a newer member. That's an opportunity for 2 people to get to know each other in the downtime. But I think that would be a nice touch with our new sign in a few weeks. Colleen, you want to come and talk about?
Well, I am very proud and excited to serve as the Club Experience Activities Committee Director. It is a lot. It's a mouthful. However, I have divided it into 3 groups of committees, just because there's a lot to do every month and we should have a good time and enjoy each other's company, as well as being able to serve together, as well as party together and just go have lunch together or dinner or serve together. So the first group is the Major Events Committee, and that includes the installation, installation event, the anniversary or holiday party, and then the first responders picnic. Those are our three big events, I guess, the ones that take the most effort to get together. So I'm asking for 2 committee chairmen for that. I might have already signed somebody up. They don't know yet. The second one is the special events and fellowship committee, and that involves like the ice cream socials at the senior centers, quarterly socials. So we try to have one of those each quarter. One of my goals this year is, and maybe they're not always just an evening thing. Maybe one time we do a family picnic instead of just every time an evening thing, so everybody can get involved. We might do a breakfast event. Anyway, so that's that particular one. And one of the other groups too that I was thinking about is developing a new breakfast group for some of the guys or girls who are interested in it. But I have a friend who's very knowledgeable and enjoys teaching about the history of the United States and the armed forces. So I thought that might be something of interest. If anybody's interested in that, maybe somebody could run with that one. The last one is the monthly Rotary theme and special meetings. Now this one is, Jennifer wants to, try to, there is every month a theme for Rotary. So for example, this month is New Leadership Month. So we're having Club Day today. So that's what we're doing today. But also a lot of crossover events, like maybe we help Larry with the golf tournament. You know, we want to help and partner with each of our other committee chairmen. So we're going to be meshing and crossing over into each other's committees. So with that said, I would love to have any of you guys come and be on my committee, because we will have fun, because we should have fun. And that way we can serve better and know each other better. And that all leads to a better relationships.
One of the things we're definitely going to do, this was Donna's idea, she's going to chair a banana pudding cook-off at some point this year. So everybody start getting their best recipes together, because that might be all we have for lunch that day. Ted, you want to come up? Did he say yeah?
Good guy. Hey, good afternoon, everybody. So, Rotary, we meet here and we talk about things, we have fun, we share our stories, but oftentimes, service above self helps us to make changes in somebody's life. And, sometimes it's more than what we think. The changes are so important and so critical for somebody, especially, a few weeks ago, me and Ashan and Steve Hammers was sitting and talking about his recent visit to, I believe, some of the South Asian countries. And Mr. Hammers was really surprised that how some basic things that we taken for granted here is big chore or a big deal for many people, going for many kilometers to work by walk or by pushing a cycle or something like that. So the international committee, we always, at Rotary, we debate like, where do we spend the money that we, collect and share. And, there are so many things that we can do here locally, but also we can do so much internationally that will help make real changes in somebody's life. So we are looking for volunteers for the committee, because I'm telling you guys, we promise you something, we can definitely make some changes, real changes in lives. Especially when it comes to, education, disease prevention, hygiene, even water, and basic sanitation and things like that. So, our president showed you how to reach out through our app. So all you have to do is open the app, text to Ted. That's it. You all have to do it. I hope I get my cell phone just buzzes off like for 50 people volunteering. Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
I know I would love an international project that was a little closer. South America, Latin America, that would allow, I think at my phase of life for my family and I to go. So if anybody has a heart for looking for something new, I think something closer would get more of our members able to go. That's a very selfish thing. I think my kids need to go work. How about that? Jennifer, you want to, I want everybody to see this poster. That's the
I didn't even look like that 15 years ago. I don't know. But am I the only one that thought that Cowboy Ted looks like Harry Connick Jr.? Did you see that? Okay, so I'm Jennifer. I am now president-elect, and I think my main jobs are to recover from being secretary and brace myself for being president. My main job this year is going to be the foundation drive in November. So you will hear from me in November. That's it.
Hassan, you want to come and talk about programs? Not really. Yeah. Okay, Hassan does programs. If anybody has a great program, be in touch. Again, how do you do that? You open your Ignite app. You go to find members and you type in AH and his name comes up. Not AS, it's AH. Hassan. Right. He's doing a great job. All right, so the committee I'm going to start personally, I'm going to start assigning people to sit with me. I'd heard from all the past presidents that this is very lonely up here. I stood beside Laura and had a bite to eat before lunch because I didn't want to sit up here by myself. So people better start sitting with me or I'm going to be assigning people to sit with me. And I will ask you to do something if I assign you to sit with me. If you just come and sit, you're all good. Let's for the good of Rotary. For the good of Rotary, we want to welcome Denise. Thank you and congratulations on your community grant. And Molly, we look forward to having you. You're almost not a guest. Almost. Okay, if there's nothing else, please help put the tables and chairs away. Stacks of 8. I look forward to serving you. Let's go create a lasting impact.
Whatever you got for you.